Hey movie lovers, welcome back to another Cinephile Recap. Now if you happen to be a gamer too, you might like today's movie. Or maybe not. You can let me know in the comment section below. But for right now, let me tell you what it is. It's a 2009 martial arts action movie called Tekken. You played the game, and now it's time to watch the movie. Recap. Spoilers ahead. You know what to do. The premise of the movie is set in a dystopian future, where after the fall of a worldwide government due to the terror wars, 8 companies collectively known as Iron Fist take over the remaining territories, with Tekken, the most powerful organization, taking over the American region. After his mother is killed during a drone raid, Jim Kazama, a young spunky contraband runner, reluctantly joins forces with resistance groups to fight in the King of the Iron Fist tournament, the showpiece martial arts event that Tekken holds annually to both placate the masses while showing their dominance, all in order to take revenge against the person he believes is responsible for his mother's death, Heihachi Mishima, the head of the Tekken Corporation. Now before we go on any further with this recap, take a moment right now to check that you're subscribed to this channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you know whenever we drop another recap. It helps us grow our wonderful community and makes sure we bring you the very best in movie recaps. Well, without any further delay, let's get back into Tekken. The movie begins with Jin avoiding the Jackhammers, the elite security group protecting Tekken's territories, as he returns to Anvil, his slum of a home outside the walls of Tekken City. Returning after a contraband run, he sells Tekken equipment to a resistance fighter named Bonner, who is tired of Tekken's dominance. He tries to get Jin to join him in the resistance, as his contraband running skills are unparalleled, but Jin is not a joiner. He takes his money and leaves. As Jin walks through Anvil, he passes a broadcast system where Heihachi announces that the Iron Fist will be housed in Tekken City in a few days. Jin goes to a bar where he buys contraband chocolate, coffee, and oranges from a smuggler, an apparently expensive venture. As he leaves, some of the people at the bar ask him to represent Anvil at the tournament for the sake of the cause. Jin, however, turns them down as he only fights for money. The barmen dismiss him, as they believe that he would rather die in Anvil under Tekken's oppression rather than fight as a man. Meanwhile, at Tekken Corp, Heihachi and his son Kazuya prepare for the tournament. Heihachi gives his son control of the Jackhammers, but Kazuya wants more responsibility, as he believes a change of guard is imminent. Heihachi, however, puts him in his place and tells him to concentrate on his security detail. Back in Anvil, Jin returns home in the Section 9 area of Anvil and surprises his mother June with an orange. This worries her, as she wonders where the money came from. She doesn't want him going on these contraband runs, as it would get him killed. In response, he jokes about joining the Iron Fist for the money, but his mother, who trained him how to fight, warns him not to join the tournament because it's people who wanted more who caused the state of the world as it is today. Jin doesn't care about that, as he's tired of their poor living conditions and he doesn't believe that his dead father would want this for them. He tries to talk more about his father, but she shuts him down as the man is dead. This angers Jin and he leaves home. Out in the street, he runs into a girl named Kara. He gives her the chocolate, and they have sex. While the couple get it on, Kazuya and his Jackhammers intercept Bonner and his crew as he tries to break into the Tekken subgrid. Kazuya finds them because of the hardware Jin stole, and after killing Bonner, Kazuya sends the Jackhammers to find Jin at home. They, however, only find June. Since they cannot find Jin, Kazuya orders his men to bomb the entire Section 9 area. Jin tries to save his mother, but only he manages to survive. June and everyone else in the area are gone. After finding a Tekken card in the debris of his destroyed home, he decides to take revenge on Heihachi Mishima for killing his mother. As he wanders around, Jin runs into a man named Steve Fox, who is recruiting independent fighters from a reluctant crowd to enter the Iron Fist tournament. All they have to do is beat Martial Law, a 2-time semi-finalist in the competition. Jin and another man are the only ones who agree to join, and even at that, the other man chickens out. Once in the ring with Law, Jin manages to rally through a thorough beating to come out on top of the more experienced fighter, much to the surprise of all witnessing, including the Mishima father and son. Heihachi is especially impressed. He becomes known as the People's Choice. After the fight, Fox offers to sponsor Jin through the tournament, as he's the only fighter who does not have a sponsor. They agree, and Jin gains a gruff and savvy ally. Jin jumps on Fox's bus and they head to Tekken City. En route, Jin burns with anger as he travels to his opportunity for revenge. Later that night, Kazuya, who still believes the old man is holding him back by not putting him in charge of their operation, holds an orgy at his home in order to celebrate his recent raid. He's later interrupted by his father, who admonishes Kazuya for taking his eyes off the ball instead of preparing for the Iron Fist tournament. It's important for Tekken to win the Iron Fist tournament as it brings power and prestige to the Mishima name, but Kazuya still does not get it. In the next scene, Jim and Fox arrive at Tekken Corp as Kazuya briefs his father on various fighters. Raven, a former military intelligence agent and ninjutsu expert. Eddie Gordo, a capoeira master and underworld enforcer. Sergei Dragunov, a sambo fighter and former Russian military. Anna and Nina Williams, masters of Aikido and also master assassins. Christy Montero, mixed martial artist. Miguel Rojo, Zippota specialist. And Yoshimitsu, a master samurai swordsman and the current champion, a power boxer and kempo fighter. Fox gives Jin a pair of flame print pants for his signature look before taking him to the gym where he meets the other fighters. He becomes acquainted with Montero and they flirt with each other before Fox comes to get him. Later on, the tournament begins and the fighters are introduced to the world. Kazuya is still not impressed by Jin, who he considers a lucky amateur. After Raven beats Gordo in the first bout of the first round, Jin and Rojo are drawn to fight. Jin is again able to rally through a grueling battle to defeat Rojo, although he loses control and takes out the anger of his mother's death on Rojo. After the fight, Kazuya comes to congratulate Jin and Fox, but Jin only wants to see Heihachi, and he tries to gain audience with the Tekken head, but Kazuya tells him only if he continues winning. Kazuya asks him if his father's ever fought, as he sees something familiar in Jin's style, but Jin tells him that he's never met his father. Although he is slightly disappointed, he encourages Jin to continue his progress, and this would lead to the fighter becoming an asset to Tekken. However, Jin bluntly rebuffs him, as he would never agree to be used by Tekken. Later that night, after Jin is done training, Montero takes him out to the city for some fun. While they're out there, Kazuya goes through Jin's tournament profile and discovers Jin is Jun's daughter, and this alarms him. Meanwhile at the club, Montero warns him about maintaining control, as the tournament is not one of life and death. They dance and make out before returning to their lodgings. Jin tries to convince her to sleep with him in his room, but she gives him a rain check, as she has a fight on the next day. When he returns to his room, he is attacked by masked assassins. He manages to fight them off before Montero, who hears the commotion, comes to his aid and takes him to Fox. Fox is incensed at the attack, believing it's because Tekken did not want someone from Anvil to win. However, Jin believes it's because of his mother, and when Fox realizes Jun is Jin's mother, he tells Jin he knew Jun because she was once a Tekken fighter with him. Jin is enraged, as she had been lying to him about Tekken. The others tell him to run away, but he insists on staying in the tournament because he wants to kill Heihachi. Meanwhile, it was revealed that it was Kazuya who sent the Williams sisters to kill Jin. Incensed about the sisters' failed assassination attempts, he decides to take matters into his own hands. The next day, Jin realizes that Nina is one of the assassins, as she was getting ready for her fight with Montero. Buoyed by this information, a motivated Montero defeats Nina. Later on, Kazuya recruits Fury to kill Jin. Fury tries to reject the contract, but Kazuya blackmails him with ejection from the competition because Fury has been cheating with illegal bioenhancements that have made him half robot. The next day, after noticing the increase in security due to last night's disturbances, he orders Kazuya to make sure Jin remains unharmed. Jin, in the meanwhile, learns that his next opponent is Yoshimitsu, and as he waits for his next fight, Fox gives him his old power gloves to protect him during the next fight. After learning that Jin is to face Yoshimitsu, Heihachi decides to set up a new match because this would be better as a semi-final match. This angers Kazuya and sparks an impromptu coup. Heihachi is forced to watch Jin fight Yoshimitsu in a hard battle that draws a lot of ratings. When Heihachi expresses his displeasure, Kazuya reveals that Jin is his son before giving Yoshimitsu the order to finish Jin. The injured Jin, however, breaks through Yoshimitsu's mask and wins the fight, just as Heihachi raises the alarm. As the crowds evacuate the arena, Heihachi and the Tekken fighters are apprehended and detained. While under detention, Kazuya informs the fighters that the competition will continue. However, they shall now be fighting to the death. As a result, they try to escape, and on the way, they rescue Heihachi and seek refuge at a safe house. As he recuperates in the safe house, Jin confronts Heihachi with his mother's death, but the old man reveals that not only did he save Jin after his mother was attacked by Kazuya, he also reveals that he's Jin's grandfather, which makes him an heir to the Tekken dynasty. At that moment, the fighters are attacked. Fox is shot dead, and the others are apprehended by Kazuya and his men. Heihachi tells his son that he is a disappointment to the Mishima name, and in response, Kazuya orders his execution and the destruction of the safe house. In the aftermath, Kazuya, now head honcho, announces to the audience that the contestants shall now fight to the death. This receives much cheer as Fury kills Dragunov. Afterwards, Kazuya confronts Jin backstage and tells him that he wishes Jin never existed. He tells Jin that if the boy wants to get to him, he must beat Fury, and if he does not fight, he will harm Montero. Before the fight, Raven encourages Jin that despite the need to control himself during battle, there is greatness in him, and he must believe in himself for it to come out, because he is not only fighting for himself, but for everyone. Jin remembers his dead mother and everything that brought him there before stepping out to the ring. Jin and Fury battle in another most grueling bout. Jin, although he's initially overpowered by Fury's overwhelming strength and fortitude, is able to rally once more and defeat the cyborg, much to the joy of everyone in the arena and back at Anvil. Incensed, Kazuya takes 2 axes and attacks Jin. As he is heavily injured from the tournament, Kazuya is able to subdue him. However, angered by the unfairness of the situation, Montero causes a distraction by attacking the guards. Jin takes advantage of the situation to attack Kazuya and subdue him. Although he has the chance, he does not kill him. He is, however, declared as the winner of the tournament. After the declaration, he tells Montero that he's going home before leaving the arena. In the final scene, as he exits Tekken Corp, the Jackhammers line up before him and show him their allegiance. Jin returns to the anvil and becomes a symbol of hope and power for the people. And there you have it, Tekken, another video game that became a movie. Now honestly, I hope this recap does better than the movie did in theaters. And it would be nice if it did as well as the video game did. But for that to happen, you're going to have to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification icon as well. Well, that does it for this recap. Thanks for watching. Cinephile Recap, signing out.